president. The first president in my life that puts Americans first. The first president in my life whose agenda caters to the people of the United States of America instead of some foreign technocracy with aims of global domination. That's not Donald Trump. That's why he is under so much attack. Of course, you know that we are also under attack. And just like Donald Trump needs us more than ever to stand up for him, we need you more than ever to stand up for us. And you know how to do that, folks. Infowarsstore.com. We have all kinds of specials going right now. We try to bring you groundbreaking products. I mean, it's almost like a monthly, weekly thing here. We're bringing you a new groundbreaking product. The latest one is our Caveman Paleo Bone Broth formulation. We've got Trump Pence 2020 T-shirts. Both are new products right now. The crew, they can't figure out which one they want to show you. But get your Trump Pence 2020 shirt because, look, if you get the Trump Pence 2020 shirt, you're supporting this broadcast, you're helping us grow, and you're also supporting Donald Trump. And then you wear that shirt out, you can meet like-minded people, and you can tell people why you're wearing the shirt and maybe beat some of the propaganda that they try to force feed them with the mainstream media. So you're killing three birds with one stone. You're funding this operation, you're supporting Trump, you're meeting like-minded people, you're starting a conversation in the three-dimensional world. And Alex said he wanted 1 million of those shirts sold, folks. That's why he's selling them at pretty much the price that we pay for them. I don't know. We maybe take a dime out of that, but we pretty much just sell that right back to you at the price we pay. And that's because we want this shirt on the streets. We want to get the message out there. That's why Infowars.com exists, folks, to spread the message of liberty, to spread the message of truth and justice. Infowarsstore.com. Please support us. Sign up for the newsletter, Infowars.com/newsletter. Now, before we get back to Alex Jones on the other side of this break, talking about the attacks from the deep state on Donald Trump, of course, it goes beyond the deep state. It's the shadow government. But just look at some of the guys that are coming out right now against Donald Trump with this wiretapping claim. Now, James Comey is heading Drudge right now. Comey asked Justice Department to reject Trump's wiretapping claim. Now, I find this funny. So James Comey, has James Comey done an investigation? Does James Comey know for a fact that there was no wiretapping, even though we know for a fact there was wiretapping? They even admitted it. They were trying to look for ties with Russian banks and Donald Trump, so they wiretapped him. They found nothing. They continued to do it. We know this went on. And, you know, I also have to say, Marco Rubio is not exactly coming out against Trump, obviously, like he was during the election cycle. However, little Marco, do you remember what you said during the debates, little Marco? Barack Obama is a president that knows exactly what he's doing. He's the bad guy. He knows exactly what he's doing. I'm quoting you, little Marco. So do you think that Obama knew exactly what he was doing when he was tapping Trump Tower? Oh, and you can play semantics if you want. Oh, but it wasn't Obama. It was these guys or this or that or that. Please. You don't think Barack Obama knew what was going on? You don't think that he was keeping Hillary Clinton's campaign in the know? Give me a break. But you know what? There's this overarching thing that is even more funny. Folks, the NSA spies on all of us. Okay? No crap that they were wiretapping Donald Trump. They've got all the files. They're wiretapping everybody. James Clapper was already being held with contempt for lying about that. So they're just trying to lie on top of lie. More from Alex Jones on the other side. Infowarsstore.com. Support this broadcast.
We're hearing clips of this. We got a bunch of special reports. Paul Watson's report on the idiocy of all this. But to the American people and to everybody that's an activist and everybody that's a liberty lover, you better get online now. You better call in the talk radio and C-SPAN, and you better call Congress, and those phones better melt down. They were going to have the Syrian war, but our own military came out and said, we're not going to back al-Qaeda that became ISIS. We're not going to back this evil. And the American people said, hell yeah, we're not for it either. We need our military now to cover their faces up like they did with signs saying, I'm with Trump, the globalists are the traitors, stop the coup against Trump. We need the American people to get behind the military and the patriots and the intelligence agencies that are the majority, but not at the top. Trump's gotten one deep of his people in. The next, second, third, and fourth layer are globalists. And they all need to be purged. It'd be better to have none of them there than to have them in place right now as they block him getting people hired into place. We got a beachhead in D.C., folks, but our republic is under total, unmitigated attack. This is the second battle for the republic, even more important than the first that began in 1776. This is history happening now. And it's time for everybody to be like John Hancock when they signed that Declaration of Independence. It was a death warrant for many. He signed his name the biggest at the bottom because he wanted him to know who he was. Don't sign this thing little. Don't think, don't be involved. Keep your head down. That's the way to get ahead. That's how nations of slaves like North Korea are born. Poor people. And Venezuela, places like that. America is about standing up and being seen and being heard. And stop letting the majority of people spread the word or buy the products. We've got a shirt out right now that is the new shirt. Trump pins 2020, to be seen in the streets, to stand up to the bullies, to meet like-minded people, to let them know they're not going to shut us up. It is so critical that everyone get the shirt at InfoWarsStore.com or 888-253-3139. And yeah, we're selling thousands today. It isn't about the damn money. They're $9.95. It's about defeating the globalists. It's about putting it in their face. And if they kill Trump, I'm going to wear Trump shirts even more. Oh, look, your leader got impeached. Your leader got killed. Let me tell you something. There's a good chance they're going to blow his head off. They're going for broke. I told you months ago they're going to build this Russia thing more and more. If Trump gives into the fear, starts going, when it's not true, it's over. Trump didn't do that, but his own underlings are. Thinking if they act nice, everything will be okay. No, everyone that signed on to Trump is now committed. That's why I'm so committed. And you see every enemy, every scumbag, every globalist, every piece of filth out there, every dumbass on the street, every loser who buys into every new scam against Trump. It's a test. Because if we reject Trump and we reject Le Pen and we reject all the nationalist movements happening, you see what the globalists mean. 5 million jihadis flooding Europe, hundreds of thousands here, open borders, disease allowed to come in, unfettered, burrowing in, attacking the family, saying you can't say mother or father. It's a total cult of control freaks that are out to dominate alpha females and alpha males. It's a culture based on dehumanization by sick, fallen, twisted people that want to dominate the species in some act of vandalism. It's Satanism. And for all Trump's problems, which really aren't many, but everybody's a sinner, he's not out to get you. He wants prosperity. And if we reject this, then we're going to come out of it, but it's going to be a much harder road. This is like a chance to go a detour around the really bad stuff. And we're at the detour right now. Better make that turn. Better make that right turn. Because let me tell you, we go down into what's right in front of us, only the most wild-eyed crazed of us are ready for it. Because let me tell you, I'm not worried about going down that road. It's going to be all the slugs and all the cowards and all the dumbasses that are going to find out what happens when the veneer of civilization gets ripped back. And that it's the law of the jungle then. And all you jellyfish that have been living artificially off our good graces and our kindness, those that took our kindness for weakness, you're going to be devoured by your own. Vengeance will not be delivered by me. Vengeance will be delivered by God Almighty. And history shows it. It's a mathematical equation. So understand this. You have been warned. 2 hours and 15 minutes. We'll be live. Infowars.com/show. It's an info war. Spread that link in a savage way.
And the war has now gone right to the White House, folks. And it's just amazing to think how this is all happening. It's so obvious. I mean, this is civil war, folks. This is literally civil war. And most people can't wrap their heads around it. And it's so hard. And Alex just filed that great report breaking it all down, the complete double standards of the Democrats and the Russian thing and how the deep state is trying to take down Donald Trump. Understand something, folks. I said this at the top of the show. I'm going to say it again because this is the true story. And if people can see through the fake news they can see through the virtue signaling, then they will see what they already see going on, which is the civil war. But they'll see it for what it is. See, right now the mainstream media wants to paint everything that's going on as if Trump is the bad guy. Trump is the one that we need to keep out of power because he's the detriment to this country. When in fact, you probably already know this, it's the powers that be, it's the forces that be that are trying to keep Trump down, trying to delegitimize Trump's presidency that is the real threat to this country. And people can see the civil war now, folks. It's undeniable. You can't deny it now. How are you going to deny everything that's going on when you've got Obama and Trump basically in a civil war right now? When you've got Democrats and Trump basically in a civil war right now? When you've got the March for Trump yesterday and you've got protesters running around in black with their faces covered trying to beat up Trump supporters? This is the civil war. And you need to understand something, folks. You need to empower yourselves. Because this is our time right now. We have Trump in office. We have the providence. We have the power of truth, the gravity of truth. And the people that come out and protest in the streets are nothing. They can get blown over like paper in the wind. But if we're not standing up for Trump in the face of all the mainstream news, all the political establishment, the Obamas, the Pelosi's, the Schumers, if we don't show Trump in full force that we have his back through this, if we don't show the American people out there who are clueless to what's going on, that we're standing up against Trump no matter what propaganda they try to throw at them, then we will be defeated. And that's why this is our battle, folks. And all of these headlines, again, people can't deny this anymore. Who are you going to believe? Obama denies Trump's sensational Nixon Watergate phone tap accusation. This is from the Daily Mail. And of course, again, Obama will try to play semantics. He'll say, well, if somebody was wiretapping Trump, it wasn't my order. It wasn't my command. I didn't even know. Because, of course, we know that the wiretap and they're spying on everybody, folks. Again, this is like a no, you-know-what Sherlock situation. The Sun, this is Watergate. Barack Obama denies ever ordering surveillance on any U.S. citizen following bombshell accusations. But hold on a second, because let's recall, this is a breaking story from November of last year. Lawmakers renew calls for James Clapper perjury charges. So just like Obama is going to sit here, now Obama, it can't be charged for perjury, unless I guess he went and made a statement in front of a court. But remember, Clapper came out and said that no members, there was no branch of government that is spying on the American people. Okay? So, of course, that turns out to be a lie. So perhaps Clapper is guilty of perjury. So just remember, folks, whenever these people come out and they say this stuff, they've been caught lying before. They're lying to you now. And every time that they've tried to smear Donald Trump, it's completely fallen through. It can't hold water. Even a former Bush attorney general says that Trump was likely right about surveillance. They're surveilling all of us. You know this. Paul Joseph Watson will be on the other side talking about this. Owen Schroyer, Alex Jones Show. We will be right back.
So Trump gave a well-received speech, and even CNN's polls were showing a huge upswing in popularity. Must be time to bring back the vast Russian conspiracy theory. Jeff Sessions spoke with the Russian ambassador Sergei Kislyak, which was part of his job as a member of the Senate Armed Services Committee. The shock, the horror. How dare he? I mean, it's not like Russian ambassador Sergei Kislyak visited the Obama White House 22 times. It's not like Russian ambassador Sergei Kislyak sat with and spoke with top Democrats at Trump's speech just a few days ago. But Democrat Claire McGaskill says she never met with a Russian ambassador as a member of the Senate Armed Services Committee, despite back in January 2013 tweeting that she was off to meet the Russian ambassador. And here's a picture of her meeting with the Russian ambassador. I mean, meeting with Russians is just awful. Who would do such a thing? Maybe if Jeff Sessions had just sold 20% of America's uranium to Russia, like Hillary Clinton did in return for a $2 million Clinton Foundation payoff, in addition to a $500,000 check for Bill Clinton giving a speech in Moscow, maybe only then Democrats wouldn't be complaining, because they damn sure didn't complain about that. But Jared Kushner and Michael Flynn met with Russian Ambassador Kislyak in December. Oh my God. Oh wait, even the New York Times says it's, quote, common and not improper for transition officials to meet with foreign officials. But Sessions had to recuse himself, just like Loretta Lynch had to recuse herself after meeting privately with Bill Clinton. Oh wait, that didn't happen. Let's cut the BS. This is about two things. One, the hysterical left is still in denial about losing the election. They're so pompous, they can't entertain for a second that they lost the political argument. So they're still trapped in this neurotic hysteria that can only be satiated by maintaining the echo chamber of the vast Russian conspiracy theory. As Brendan O'Neill writes, the spectre of Putinite meddling is now blamed for everything that doesn't go the liberal elite's way. Brexit, Trump, Italy, Le Pen, Geert Wilders. It couldn't possibly be, because we have the better arguments, right? No, it has to be Russian conspiracy theory. This is neo-McCarthyist paranoia, mixed with hysterical self-entitlement and supreme arrogance. The fact remains that despite all the whining, all the hand-wringing, all the delirium, no evidence whatsoever has been presented that Russia hacked the election. No evidence has ever been presented that any of Trump's team had improper meetings with Russians. Nothing. Zip. Nada. Zilch. And the second aspect of what this is all about, Trump's anti-globalist message and his vow to end unnecessary wars, represents an existential threat to the deep state and the military-industrial complex.
You take on the intelligence community, they have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you. So even for a practical, supposedly hard-nosed businessman, he's being really dumb to do this.
That's why partisan intelligence agents keep leaking information. This is about the total sabotage of the Trump administration. Now the deep state has formed an alliance with the left to pick off Trump loyalists one by one. People like General Flynn and Jeff Sessions because they're not globalists. They really believe in Trump's America First mandate. Look at who replaced Flynn. General McMaster, a CFR member and a member of other globalist bodies. Look at who dominates Trump's foreign policy team. Half of them are Council on Foreign Relations members. Fiona Hill, CFR. Katie McFarland, CFR. Carter Page, CFR. Joel Rayburn, CFR. Kenneth Juster, CFR. Christopher Ford, CFR. Yael Lempert, CFR. I could go on and on. The CFR is the deep state. That's the globalist fifth column within the administration. They're trying to force out loyalists so they can isolate Trump and surround him with globalists. So he's totally ineffectual. Kushner and Bannon will be targeted next, before they try to topple Trump himself. They're so desperate to sabotage Trump, they're even trying to get the author of the fake news Pissgate dossier to testify before the Senate. Barack Obama has also set up a nerve center 2 miles from the White House. According to reports, his goal is to oust Trump from the presidency, either by forcing his resignation or through impeachment. This is a concerted effort across the board to delegitimize, sabotage, and eventually overthrow the Trump administration. How can Trump counter this? Well, for one, his administration can stop caving and apologizing to deep state bullies and contrived leftist hysteria. Stop treating sellout Republicans and rhinos like John McCain and Marco Rubio with any respect. They don't deserve it. The establishment GOP only knows about apologizing and losing. They have no power. And stop even acknowledging contrived controversies whipped up by the biased fake news media. They're widely hated and their credibility is in the toilet. Polls show that more Americans trust Trump. And above all, purge your administration of this globalist fifth column. There can be no compromise. These people literally want to overthrow a democratically elected government. They don't have the moral high ground. You have the moral high ground. You are on the right side of history.
And that's the bottom line, folks. That's the bottom line. All of this is showing the seriousness of Trump and the desperation of the globalists. See, they've never had anybody like Trump who's gotten in power, who's an actual stalwart to their globalist agenda. Not only Trump is a stalwart, he's an absolute champion for America, an absolute champion for nationalism, and an absolute champion for the return of just realism. Non-PC, shoot you straight, tell it like it is, nationalism. And again, this is the most important point to this, folks. And this is what everybody needs to realize. You need to let this sink in, and you need to have this sink in to all of your friends and family out there who are never Trumpers. The only end to this movement against Trump is total overthrow. The only end to this movement against Trump is the repudiation of our democratic process by the establishment. The only end is the complete just removal of our republic. So understand that. That's why this is a civil war, folks. If they can get rid of Donald Trump, they can do anything. They already tried to rig a vote. That's how pathetic these people are. They can't even win a rigged election, folks. So by the grace of God, they're so pathetic they can't win a rigged election. We get Donald Trump in, and now in a plea of desperation, they keep saying, look at this guy. He meets with Russia. Session met with Russia. Flynn met with Russia. But then they all meet with Russia. We never wiretapped anyone in the Trump administration. Well, then where did you get those Flynn leaks? You see this, folks? Yeah, nobody's spying on Donald Trump. Meanwhile, the NSA spies on everybody. You know that. How are you going to buy these lies? We're going to have more on the other side. Owen Schroyer filling in for Alex Jones. This is the Alex Jones Show, Infowars.com. Owen Schroyer filling in for Alex Jones here on a Sunday. We've got 2 more segments left. You know, they keep saying there's no spying on Donald Trump. This is ludicrous, even though we have the orders for the wiretap, so we know they were doing it, even though we know the NSA is spying on all of us via whistleblowers and the Patriot Act. So we know all of this is going on, but they're still going to say, it's just like the same thing. He's meeting with Russians. Oh my gosh. What will we do? And then you show the people that are sitting there bitching and crying about Sessions or Flynn or Trump meeting with Russians, and they're meeting with Russians all day long. And then you got this video. No one's spying on Trump. Look at these reporters totally spying on him, videotaping into the White House. I'm not even sitting here mad like this is going on. Honestly, it's just that it's so hypocritical. It's such a double standard, and it just shows you how arrogant and out of touch with reality these people are. No one's spying on Trump, as they're spying on everybody, spying into the White House. Trump is a Russian agent. Look, his cabinet's meeting with Russians, as they're all meeting with Russians. This is the lunacy. Now, just real quick, I want to play this clip of Claire McCaskill. A lot of people don't probably know who Claire McCaskill is. She's from my home state of Missouri. She's one of these never Trumpers. She's on Capitol Hill crying all the time about Trump and his agenda. Just so you know who Claire McCaskill really is, let me just give you this little clip.
Hello, I'm Senator Claire McCaskill. As one of just 20 women currently serving
Claire
in the
McCaskill.
Senate, it's important to me to encourage more women to run for office. But equally
even if they're Hillary Clinton,
is encouraging more men to sometimes just shut the hell up.
Like me?
It's not that women don't value your thoughts. It's just that we don't value all of them.
Okay. Well, that's nice. How about this, Claire McCaskill? I don't value you, period. Okay? So there you go. So there's Claire McCaskill for you. If you're a man, you need to just shut the hell up. That's such a loving little senator. I'll tell you what, Claire. I'm not going to shut the hell up. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to ask the giant mass audience of people that we have. I'm going to ask you to go to InfoWarsStore.com and look at the Trump-Pence 2020 shirt. That's what we're going to do. You want us to shut up? We're going to get even louder right in your face, Claire McCaskill. And I don't even know how you actually win ever in an election. I think your time is short there. But you know what, folks? Here's the deal. They want to shut us up. They want to shut us down. And the louder you are, the more vocal you are, the more visual you are in the three-dimensional reality for Trump, the more winning we're going to have. The dumber these politicians are going to look. The more failure the never-Trumpers are going to endure. But you know what? Hey, after you get your Trump Pence t-shirt, check out the new caveman formula. Check out Super Male Vitality. Check out Brain Force. Check out Survival Shield X2, my favorite product from Infowars.com, a life-changing product. You're seeing all these ads on TV now talking about telomeres. We had the original product for telomeres. We have the best product for telomeres with our breakthrough DNA Force. So all kinds of stuff. Knockout for sleep aid, vitamin D, winter sun, all kinds of great supplements, folks. If you're a supplement head like me, you're going to find something on there that you like. I guarantee you that. And remember, you can go to Infowars.com/newsletter and you get exclusive discounts. Exclusive discounts when you go to Infowars.com/newsletter. Sign up for that newsletter, and we email you exclusive discounts. I know right now, 50% off Living Defense if you sign up for the newsletter. 50% off, folks. Those are the type of offers you're going to get if you sign up for this newsletter. So that's what we do. We want to keep you informed, and then when you want to give you great discounts. Can you believe that? We just must be the most racist, sexist Russians that you've ever heard of in your life. All right, so when you fund us, what do? We go to events. We bring you more coverage. We hire more reporters. And yesterday, the March for Trump was in Austin, Texas. I was out there with a couple cameramen, Millie Weaver and Ashley Beckford. And for the most part, in Austin, it was a great march, folks. And it was pouring rain the entire day, okay? It was absolutely miserable with the rain. And we still got about 1,000 people, if not more, I would say, to come out for this march. Totally peaceful people. The most loving people I've ever met in my life. I remember I was talking to, I think he maybe was of Asian descent, I don't know, a college student, and he was an LBGT student for Trump, and he was standing out there, and we were talking to him, and he's like, you know, they keep saying that Trump hates gay people. They keep saying that Trump hates minorities, but I'm out here as a gay minority, and I'm getting nothing but love. I was talking to Latinos. They said the exact same thing. You can see some of the B-roll that we were just showing if you're a TV viewer from that march. The coolest part about it, actually, this is the best footage. You can see how it's just pouring on us. We marched through the heart of downtown Austin, thousands of Trump supporters, all with their Trump flags, their American flags. You've never seen a more patriotic event, folks. Just flags everywhere, red, white, and blue everywhere. And we went right through the heart of liberal Austin. And I actually saw a lot of the people who were at the bars and at the restaurants there looking at us, and they were kind of shocked. They were like, whoa, this is actually kind of cool. Look at all those patriots. Look at all those flags. These people are out here in the streets marching in unity. Wow. Of course, the mainstream news pretty much ignored all of that, didn't they? Yeah. But what they never ceased to ignore is the Trump protesters who decided to rear their ugly heads again. Of course, we had Antifa, who was out here in Austin. About 12 of them decided to show up. You know, there was a veteran who was speaking, and she was delivering an absolutely powerful speech. Honestly, it would bring chills to your spine. And she was delivering such a powerful speech that these protesters decided they were going to start chanting obscenities, screaming foul language, doing foul gestures to try to disrupt her speech. And it was really sad that they did that. And of course, you know, this woman just happened to be black. You know, so who's the real racist here as a bunch of white Antifa protesters are out here protesting? Here's a video for TV viewers if you're watching this. This woman comes out of the bar. This was unbelievable. I couldn't believe it. Comes out of the bar and starts throwing food at people. What is wrong with you? Hey, you know there's people starving that would enjoy that food, and you just decided to throw it at fellow Americans. And then she did the Sarah Silverman butt plug thing. I'm not exaggerating, folks. See, there it is right there. There's your Sarah Silverman influence. And then she tries to assault Millie Weaver as well. Yeah. So these are some of the most ugly, pathetic people, the never-Trumpers. And they were out everywhere. And what does the media cover, folks? What does the media cover? All they cover is the Trump protesters. Now, it's reached a point especially with this march where they can't show any peaceful protesters against Trump, folks. There were none with the March for Trump. All they do is show up dressed in black. They cover their face with their masks, and then they show up and they try to start trouble. They throw things at people. They try to, you know, there's the stuff from California. This is, of course, at Berkeley. Where's Robert Reich? Robert Reich out in Berkeley, yeah. You think Robert Reich is proud of this? Oh, but you know what? In fact, do we have this clip? Yeah, let's roll this clip. So you've got the peaceful Trump march going on. Some of the most amazing people you can ever meet, folks. Honestly, I just want to say, it's been so amazing. You fund this broadcast. Alex Jones sends me on the road, and I seriously meet the most unbelievable people at these Trump rallies. Honestly, I love all of you guys. You are so amazing. So we've got the amazing Trump supporters out, the patriots marching in the streets for Trump in unity and peace, trying to bring this country together. And then you get the hateful Trump protesters coming out trying to disrupt it. And then you get Loretta Lynch coming out and saying this. Go ahead to that Loretta Lynch clip, guys. You have that ready? Unbelievable that Loretta Lynch, in the face of the violent Trump protest, would come out and make a statement saying more marching is needed. Of course, you got the same thing with Robert Reich at Berkeley. You guys have Loretta Lynch ready to go here? So let's take Loretta Lynch to break. In the face of violent marches, this is what she says.
I know that this is a time of great fear and uncertainty for so many people. I know it's a time of concern.
Yeah, for you, you criminal.
See our rights being
it's an uncertain time for you. You're going to jail.
I know that this is difficult.
You met illegally.
This has never been easy. We have all.
Yeah, that's right. You've never had America stand up to you.
Forward to achieve the great ideals of our family.
You're done. You're done.
I think he's right in that there was surveillance and that it was conducted at the behest of the attorney of the Justice Department through the FISA court.
And what do you base that on?
I base that on news reports that you mentioned in the last spot. I also base it on a kind of inadvertent blurting out by Adam Schiff that his committee wants to talk to the counterintelligence agents at the FBI who were involved in this. Now, what that means is that this is part not of a criminal investigation, but of an intelligence gathering investigation. It's got two functions. They investigate crimes and they gather intelligence. They started gathering intelligence in 2008 based on guidelines that we put in place. They apparently tried to get a wiretap based on their criminal investigation function in June. That was turned down. They then tried to get and got an order permitting them to conduct electronic surveillance in October. This is October of 2016. So that's when they.
Oh, I'm sure Obama didn't know.
On news reports as well,
and on Adam Schiff.
And on Adam Schiff.
Right.
And it's obvious.
Let me start with the president.
Now here's Clapper.
Tweets.
A known liar.
This idea that maybe President Obama ordered an illegal wiretap of his offices.
So after
something like
McCasey breaks it down, here's Clapper.
I would certainly hope so. I can say, obviously, I can't speak officially anymore. But,
obviously, I'm not a truth teller.
I will say that for the part of the national security apparatus that I oversaw as DNI, there was no such wiretap activity mounted against the president-elect at the time, or as a candidate.
Oh, so you're just clueless.
Campaign. I can't speak for other Title III authorized.
Okay, so that's enough of Clapper. So Clapper is just up here then admitting he's completely clueless, I suppose. There was no wiretapping. I've never heard of wiretapping. In fact, that doesn't even go on. We don't get any intelligence through wiretapping. I don't know how they got the Flynn leaks or anything like that, but we don't wiretap anyone. Oh, but it's on record. So what is Obama and Clapper doing if they don't even know that this is going on? Who's running this wiretapping? Obama, he has no clue. James Clapper, he's denying it. But of course, remember, folks, this is James Clapper, who everyone was expecting to resign because he's guilty of perjury, when he said that no, the National Security Agency does not collect any type of data at all on Americans. So he just openly lied about that. We know that that's going on. Look at the Patriot Act. Look at the NDAA signed by Obama. Look at Snowden. Look at the WikiLeaks. Look at everything. We know this is going on. They're spying on everybody. Yeah. Oh my God. I mean, folks, who lives in the current year and is so naive to think that with everything going on, they're not going to be spying on Donald Trump? Are you kidding me? Are you that brainwashed? You really don't think this is going on? Of course this is going on. So just remember, even though we know for a fact that they were spying on Trump, James Clapper says he's going to deny it, just like he denies that the NSA exists, pretty much. I mean, so just know who to trust and who not to trust. And James Clapper is one that you certainly do not trust. Now, I wanted to bring these stories to the light before we signed off today because this is serious stuff, and this should be a bipartisan or a nonpartisan issue talking about immigration reform and having a strong border, because they want to pretend that when Donald Trump does a speech or says anything about illegal immigrants coming here and committing acts of violence, they want to sit here and act like it doesn't exist or that Trump is racist or that it's all okay, it's all being blown out of proportion. Well, no, folks. In fact, look at this sad story. This is from Breitbart. Honestly, I don't even know how you report on this. Texas girl raped, one killed by illegal alien Satanists. So 2 MS-13 gang members over a period of several weeks are here illegally in the United States, kidnapped and raped at least 2 young girls, and of course murdered another one of them. And when they're in court, they're bragging, they're smiling, they're waving to the cameras. This is a big joke to them. They are people that kidnap and murder girls in an act of Satanism, folks. These are illegal immigrants, gang members in this country, raping and murdering women and children. I mean, I'm sorry that I get so fired up about this. I'm sorry that I get ticked off when Loretta Lynch is up here telling people to protest in the street when I got people violently rioting and looting. And then I got criminal, crooked Loretta Lynch here meeting on airplanes illegally telling you to keep protesting against Trump. And then they'll tell you that Trump is a racist while you got illegal gang members coming here worshiping Satan, raping and murdering women and children. That is disgusting. How can they even be on this side of reality? Excuse me. How dare Donald Trump want a border to protect us from illegal Satanists raping and murdering children? How dare he? We got Alex Jones with us right now. Let's go to Alex Jones.
Well, Owen, I want to say great job. You know, my plan has been to get a good stable of folks that are smart, patriotic, know what's going on, like David Knight and yourself, to obviously launch more shows here in the near future. We're getting very, very ready to go to the next level, folks. That's why the enemy's attacking us. But, ladies and gentlemen, they bragged that they were spying on him. They bragged right after he was elected, and the head of the House Intelligence Committee, Nunes, who has the highest level of security clearance, he was as high as the president's, came out and said, we looked at it, there's not even phone calls. There's nothing. There's nothing pre-November 8th. Of course Trump's not involved with the risk. He doesn't even know how to deal with our government. And the point is that they think everybody's dumb. They're doing all this because they're desperate, and it shows they're not going to quit. How would they commit these Nixon beyond crimes, then try to blame Trump with it, and then they're the ones all getting in trouble? Trump is all about business. He knows to follow the rules. He knows that's how you get ahead. That's how you're long term. These are all a bunch of crooks who have chips on their shoulders, communist,
counting on the ignorance of the American people.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, it's just Chicago commies and dirtbags and weirdos who, even when they got control of the country, wanted to burn it up even though it was theirs. I mean, they're just uncool people, and they're a bunch of crooks. And the age of Trump and the age of nationalism is here. But you're just on fire, so I'm really proud of the work you and the whole crew are doing. I want to thank all the listeners for their prayers and support, because, folks, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that I'm not at liberty to tell you about quite yet. But let me just tell you something. You are living in total history. Everybody knows it. It feels like it's surreal because it's such an incredible time. Ladies and gentlemen, you are the resistance. When I say that, it isn't patronizing. I said it 1,000 times. You literally are it. You're the power. Your prayers, your action, you're calling into C-SPAN, calling in here, talking to people at church, getting involved, running for office, going and speaking at city council. Whatever you do, let them know we're the majority. Let them know this is a fight for America. This wouldn't be happening if Trump wasn't real, folks. But I don't just trust that. I go to what he's doing. It is unbelievably just, unbelievably good, unbelievably common sense, unbelievably good for Main Street. And it's just so good to see somebody stand up like a champion for us who's not a piece of crap that wants to sell people out, and then to see him attacked by all these demons and people who we all know are horrible scum, and to claim he's a Russian when they're the ones literally sold out to communist China. Russia was like China. I'd say they were bad. Russia can barely get its act together. Russia kicked the oligarchs out, though, and that's better than we've done so far. So Russia is better than America because it kicked the New World Order out, but only on that front. If we kick the New World Order out, these people have nowhere to run. And I want to link up with Russia and Japan and the UK and other people and help the euro be imploded because it's tyrannical, and help restore human liberty and freedom. We can have a global council, of nations that come together where everything's transparent, where big corporations aren't making deals. These people stole the country. They're a bunch of con men who know they're going to get in trouble, and they believe they're so arrogant that they all get together in groups and decide to commit crimes they're going to get away with it. Listen, you idiots, you kill Trump, we win. You get out of his way, we win. The only way we can't defeat you is you were smart enough to join him and then try to manipulate things, but you're not even that smart. You're scumbags that inherited what people built before you. So, Owen, I'm going to let you take things back over here, but, so folks, if everybody just gets the T-shirt for $9.95. It says Trump 2020, Trump Pence 2020, America First and 7076 on the back, Infowars.com. It will change the world. You have to have that in physical on the ground to counter all their censorship, all the rest of it. If everybody starts wearing those out everywhere, it'll be a chain reaction. Everybody else is going to copy them, which is what I want, okay? I just need them to be out there on the news. We're going to have more contests, but I don't have the money. Just get on the news peacefully with the Trump Pence 2020. Get that out there. It's a war, folks. We need you. You are the answer. And God bless the Infowars and all the things they've done. We don't ever have the time to thank them properly. But I'm just telling you, you know who you are. Of every race, color, and creed, we're all human beings. I love you, and Trump loves you, and we want to have a future. We want prosperity together. We're not perfect, but we're not out to get you. Okay? And we're just here fighting as hard as we can. And look how far Infowars has come.